Hey, Tipo here. Ready for some fun English? Let's go.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Podcast and Chill. I'm Gwen, here to make your life a little easier with some helpful tips.
And I'm Leo, just here to, chill.
So, speaking of chilling, a few days ago I was hanging out at my friend's BBQ party, just enjoying myself, when she introduced me to this guy and then totally ditched me.
Oh no.
Yeah, so there we were, just sitting there in complete silence for like 20 minutes.
That must have been so awkward.
Oh my gosh, yes. And it got me thinking, how do you get out of a situation like that?
Did you figure it out?
I did. It's all about mastering small talk. If you can master the art of small talk, you can communicate with anyone, which is super helpful for English learners.
Small but mighty, right? So if I get good at small talk, does that mean I'll be as smooth as Prince Charming?
Well, maybe if you've got the horse to go with it.
Awesome. So, guys, are you ready to learn how to escape those super awkward situations with the power of small talk?
And hey, if you hear any words you don't know while we're chatting, don't stress about it. We'll break down the most useful ones at the end.
Enough talking. Let's dive in. So, how do we actually do small talk?
Hold up, Leo. First, we must understand what small talk is. It is just casual, easy conversation about neutral topics, like the weather, your weekend, and sports. Nothing too deep or personal.
Like when you're waiting for the elevator, and someone goes, "Crazy weather today, huh?"
That's right. Those quick, simple exchanges help break the ice, as being able to start or respond to small talk makes you seem friendly and socially aware.
For sure. I feel like it really helps cut the tension.
That's the power of small talk. But you know what I love most about it?
What?
It's like a social bridge.
A bridge?
Yep. It helps you cross over from awkward silence to real connection.
That's how relationships get started, right?
Right. Friendships, love stories, or business connections, everything.
You're right. It's like the warm-up before a workout. Everyone should do that before getting into the heavy lifting.
Moreover, small talk is really helpful for people learning English, too.
Is it because it's really common in English-speaking countries?
That, and also because small talk usually contains simple phrases, which is a great way to practice speaking English.
Makes sense. I mean, what's better than being able to break the awkward silence? It's being to do it without worrying about grammar.
Right? It's like a chill little anxiety pill.
Yeah, except I have no clue how to take that pill. Like, where do we even start with small talk?
One of the hardest parts is picking a topic. Since small talk can be about anything, it's actually too open, especially for people who can't decide easily.
Oh man, I know the feeling. If I ran into someone in an elevator and had to come up with a topic, I'd need the elevator to go up to the 50th floor just so I had time to think.
I feel you. That's why I did a little homework and pulled together some of the most common small talk topics.
Nice! Tell me.
Some big ones are the weather, work or school, hobbies, and your surroundings.
Oh man, people love talking about the weather. Beautiful day, huh? What a perfect day for a run, or finally some sunshine.
Yep, it's safe, it's relatable, and you can talk about it no matter what. It's either great or terrible, and both work.
But if I talk about the weather every single day, I'm going to bore myself stiff.
That's when you switch it up with work or school stuff. Keep it casual. Say something like, "Busy week, huh?" Or "Looking forward to the weekend."
Noted.
And if you're at a party, talking about hobbies is a great move.
Like what you could have done at your friend's BBQ instead of sitting in awkward silence.
Ugh, tell me about it. I could have asked what he does for fun, instead of just freezing up and screaming inside.
Yeah, you could have just said, "Hey, What do you usually do for fun when you're stuck in an awkward silence like this? That's exactly how a 2000s romantic comedy would start.
I know, right? Or I could have played it safe and just made a comment like, "Is it just me? Or does this burger still taste like it's mooing?"
Why not? Food is such a goldmine for small talk.
Totally. And so are your surroundings.
What kind of surroundings? Like politics, world events, stuff like that?
Nope. Save the serious stuff for later. Small talk's all about light, easy topics. You remember?
So, I should say things like, is this place always this packed?
Yeah, things like that.
Got it. Keep it light, nothing heavy. So, I know what to talk about. But how do I actually start? What are the magic words?
There's no magic, Leo. But there are some go-to openers that work like a charm.
I'm all ears.
One easy move is starting with yes or no questions like, "Nice weather today, isn't it?" Or, "Is this your first time here?"
They sound so simple.
That's why it works. They're super easy to answer, and they break the silence without pressure.
But what if they just say yes or no and stop there? Even with relatable topics like weather, work, or what's going on around you, some people just aren't into it.
The trick is to focus on the person you're talking to.
What do I say?
Try a compliment, like, "Hey, I love your jacket." Then follow it up with something like, "Where did you get it?" It makes the convo feel a little more personal, but still keeps it casual and light.
Copy that. All right, so I've started the conversation. But then what? How do I keep it going?
Great question. For me, one of the best tricks is the follow-up question. Let's say you're starting by asking about the weather. "Lovely day, right?"
And if they say yes?
Then you can ask things like, "What do you want to do on a day like this?"
Oh, right. And then I can follow up on their answers.
That's the way. It shows you're actually listening and curious.
What else can I do to keep the conversation going?
Another easy one is just repetition or a simple response. You can just say, "Oh, really?" or "That sounds fun."
That's doable.
And finally, this is probably my favorite.
Let's hear it.
It's finding common ground.
Common ground?
Yeah. As they're talking, listen for something you have in common. That quickly connects you and makes the chat feel more friendly.
So if they're talking about a trip to Japan, I could say,
"Oh, I was there a couple of years ago. Did you get to see Mount Fuji?"
but what if I've never been to Japan?
Then say something like, "Japan's on my dream travel list too. Did you go to Mount Fuji while you were there?"
Got it. So even if I haven't done it, I can still connect with the idea of it.
That's right. Conversations are like tennis. You hit the ball back and forth. Don't just ask questions. You should share your own experiences too.
Now that's a kind of tennis I could actually be good at.
And just like tennis, to really master it, you've got to know when to stop.
So when should we end it?
Sometimes either you or the other person just isn't that into keeping it going, and that's totally okay.
So how do you know if the other person isn't interested in keeping it going?
The first thing is to read the room, or in this case, the person. You've got to know when the other person isn't really looking to chat anymore.
What should I be looking for?
If they're giving short answers, looking around the room, or checking their phone a lot, that usually means they're ready to move on.
So, once you spot those signals, how do you gracefully exit without making things awkward?
You can say something like, "Hey, it was great talking to you," or "Nice chatting."
That sounds so much better than just walking away.
Yeah, we're not ghosts. We can't just disappear without a word, no matter what.
But what if the conversation's going great and I really have to leave? How can I gracefully step out but still show I want to keep talking later?
Easy. Just be honest and let them know you enjoyed the conversation. You can even leave the door open to continue it later.
So I could say something like, "This has been great. Let's grab coffee sometime." Or, I'd love to keep chatting about this later.
Exactly. That's how you keep it smooth and leave on a high note.
Everything sounds great in theory, but how do I actually get better at small talk?
My tip is to start by practicing with yourself.
Like talking to myself?
Yep. Just spend a minute or two each morning talking out loud about your day, the weather, whatever. Practicing in English regularly also helps improve your speaking skills.
You mean 1 or 2 minutes a day to get better at both social skills and speaking skills? Sounds like a great deal.
Another hack I love is keeping a little journal in question and answer style. Think of typical small talk questions and write down how you'd answer them.
Like, plan my answers ahead of time?
Yes. Prepping a little helps cut down anxiety when you actually have to do small talk.
Got it. So I can train for small talk at home. Love that.
Yeah, but don't stop there. Practicing alone is great, but eventually you've got to start doing it for real. Try to spark little conversations whenever you get the chance.
Like where?
Grocery store checkout or waiting at the bus stop. Those moments are perfect. Low pressure, quick, no big expectations.
Now that you mention it, you're making me want to run an errand right away.
Hold on. We still have to break down some useful new words.
Oh, right. Let me refresh myself with some water before we dive into the vocabulary.
Same for you, listeners. Grab some water, maybe stretch a bit, and then we'll jump into today's key words.
Perfect! Since we're all hydrated, are you ready to go over the vocabulary from our discussion? First, break the ice. It means to do or say something to make people feel more comfortable, especially when meeting for the first time. For example, he told a funny story to break the ice at the meeting.
Second, pull together something. This means to organize or gather something. For example, we had to pull together a last-minute presentation for the client.
Third, bore someone stiff. It means to make someone feel extremely bored. For example, that lecture bored me stiff. I could barely stay awake.
Fourth, work like a charm. It means something works perfectly or very effectively. For example, I added a little salt and it worked like a charm. The soup was delicious.
Fifth, be into something or someone. It means to really like or be interested in a hobby, topic, or even a person. For example, he's really into jazz music lately. Or she's totally into her coworker. She can't stop talking about him.
Sixth, follow up. It means to ask or do more about something you talked about or started. For example, I'll follow up with you next week about the job application.
Seventh, move on. It means to stop focusing on something, especially something negative, and go forward. For example, after the argument, they both decided to move on and stay friends.
And finally, on a high note. It means to end something in a positive or successful way. For example, let's wrap up the show on a high note with one last surprise quiz. Well, it's time to finish up. We hope you feel a little more ready to start a small talk after today's episode.
And hey, if you're worried about doing it wrong, just remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about being brave enough to connect with someone.
Right. Like I always say, the worst conversation is the one you never start. Don't let fear stop you.
Think of it as an opportunity to connect with someone, not a chore.
And it's a good way to learn, too. Not just about the other person, but for English learners, it helps you practice speaking.
Speaking of learning, we've put together a free PDF with all the new words we talked about today, plus some quick exercises to help you remember them.
You can find the link in the description below. And while you're there, ask yourself, how would you start a small talk?
Drop your answers in the comments. We'd love to read them.
Thanks for hanging out with us today.
Catch you in the next episode of Podcast and Chill. Now go out there and say hi to someone new.